Yeah, what is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the best show in all of pro wrestling and sports entertainment. You know what time it is. It is the Royal Rundown with myself, SERG Vicente, your host, and the other half of my host and duo, my sister from another mister, Miss Drade. Miss Drade, what it do? Welcome to the show.
It's Tuesday, and we are here. 2 shows and what? We just did a couple day turnaround. We out here working.
Turnaround. We out here. We back.
We've missed
Told y'all
y'all.
we back. We have missed y'all. Make sure you check us out. If you are watching here live, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel along the Fight Podcast. We have do so many things. Not only do we talk about pro wrestling like we're doing today, we talk about boxing, we talk about MMA, we talk about kickboxing. We really sprinkle a little hip hop and politics in there for you guys. All right.
So, absolutely.
Check us out. Check us out. Like, share, and subscribe. You know you will enjoy it. We actually recently have an interview with MMA legend, Chicago legend, Shoney Carter. We are doing a new series where we are interviewing Black legends in combat sports and pro wrestling. We will have more guests like that, but Shoney is the first in that installment. Check that episode out today. All right. Dre.
What up?
We got a lot. Man, it's been some wrestling.
Man,
we have had busy weekend. Not only we already broke that down. If you haven't checked it out, check out episode 661 of the Royal Rundown. We went ahead and broke down the King and Queen of the Ring. And today we are going to go ahead and talk about AEW Double or Nothing. That one thing that AEW, I might shit on AEW when it comes in terms of their storytelling and their building up, but one thing they never miss on is a pay-per-view. Oh, they bring all the feels back. So we will talk about that. We'll talk about the winners and losers, what we see, how we see that going. But we're going to start off today with, we are going to start off with Raw, because again, our last episode, we talked about the King Queen of the Ring. There was a lot of things that happened in this episode that actually pertain to the King and Queen of the Ring. So we're going to keep on doing this as we lead to the road to SummerSlam. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that today. But this is what we're going to start off with. And I had to throw the shirt on. I had to let people know about that young Latino heat. We had to talk about the most Riz in WWE history. We are talking about my boy and yours, Dominic Mysterio. Oh my goodness. This dude, I don't know if his name is Can't Get Right or he is getting right. One of the two. Look, Dre, how do you feel about it? So just let's paint a picture for the people.
Paint the picture, brother. For him.
People were mad, and we talked about it before. Liv Morgan ended up getting the W over Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch, who obviously future Hall of Famer, Becky Lynch, who her contract runs out this weekend, and we do not know if she's going to re-sign with the WWE. Becky Lynch, who had the absolute worst costume of all uniforms in King Queen of the Ring, but we're not going to go and hate on that. It was awful. But
Sarge hated his ring hair
so bad. It's like faux Britney Spears fit that she was doing. I had no clue what it was.
I think it was a reference to the Bugs Bunny when he was an orchestra joint, because you know how she did the Bugs Bunny joint with the fur many moons ago. I think it was
I do not remember that, but I appreciate that throwback reference. That is fantastic.
Send it to you.
I appreciate That's what I think.
That. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, by the way, if you guys haven't checked it out, and obviously this isn't a plug. They're not paying me at all, WWE, but they have their Legend series, and the A&E shows that they have are just phenomenal. The doc series that they have, they just dropped one on my GOAT, my all-time favorite wrestler. I'm literally wearing the man shirt. We are talking about Eddie Guerrero. Viva la Raza. We're talking about Eddie Guerrero. Dre, have you checked it out yet? It is phenomenal.
I have not watched it. That's on my to-do list for this week. Absolutely, though.
Man, it is so good. And
I heard it was. It looks great.
It is so great. I'm always hesitant because it's like, are they just going to give me bits and pieces of stuff that they showed me in the other Eddie stuff? Or this is a whole brand new thing, different interviews that I haven't seen and everything. But man, when you have an opportunity, I know I'm already starting off on a tangent. When you already have you feel like you've seen everything, but you almost forget how good and how ahead of the curve he was in terms of just his talent and skill set. He was we give Finn Balor, who I think is one of the most, if not the most influential wrestler of the last 15 years. I gave him a lot of credit for being somebody that is taking the lucha style, the American style, the Japanese style, and kind of blended it together. Eddie was like the first dude to do it. Salute to him. Please go check it out.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think one of the dopest things about all of the like Legends and the Legends show and kind of going back into the past and learning all these. We say this, or I say this all the time on this show, is that sometimes we forget that wrestling. A lot of kids watch wrestling, and we're not the kids anymore. we're not the kids
Says
anymore.
Who?
I know. Apparently, time. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. And so, although it's like, man, you know, maybe I've seen how many WCW versus WWE, you know, specials are we gonna get? A lot, probably, but probably at least 2 more, because there's a whole generation or 2 actually now that have no idea what that was, unless one of us oldies, us old heads, is telling them about it. So
crazy that we lived through the Monday Night Wars. We were actually privy to the Monday Night Wars.
We lived through the Monday Night Wars, and then lived long enough to watch another company come in and also attempt to do what WCW couldn't do. And if we're being on, and we're going to talk about AEW in a minute, but they're just celebrating 5 years, I believe now. And they are officially, can be said that they were more successful than that company. And
absolutely insane.
Because we don't think of it like that. But it's just really, it's, I mean, being a wrestling fan for this long is really cool, because we've been able to watch the ebbs and the flows and the changes and the adjustments. But to see something like watching the Eddie Guerrero thing and just knowing and just watching and seeing how his DNA is threaded all through professional wrestling today, even after his passing, is really fly.
It's so fly. Every organization, everybody has taken something from Eddie. You see the shoulder shimmy, you see if you see a frog splash, it is nobody but damn the RVD. He's great. I loved RVD.
I love RVD.
Loved RVD. Eddie. Okay, it was all Eddie. I love it. And we talk. Do I think Monet? We've been asked this currently. Did Monet deliver? Or we'll talk about that. We'll talk about
Mercedes. I don't see it.
It's in a text message. It just popped up on my computer screen. Yes, infamous group chat. Yes. Okay, let's get back into it.
I'm there.
After I talked about this awful outfit for King and Queen of the Ring by Becky Lynch. She went out there and she actually lost with the assistance from Dom, my boy Dom, Dominic Mysterio. So, hold up, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So, from Dominic Mysterio. So, one thing that I'll say is that people are trying to figure out, did they do it on purpose, or they're just trying to, have an angle to make it seem like Dom is like helping or whatever. Well, he comes out this time, there's a rematch, and the fact that we had a cage match on Monday Night Raw in the main event already is insane. Now, granted, it was the second most violent cage match of the weekend. Okay. We were talking about the first one in just a bit.
Okay.
But shout out to Adam Copeland. And his leg. But
and Malachi Black.
Oh my God. And Malachi
the House of Black.
In the House of Black. Let's go. But long story short, they're in a cage match. It is a decent match, I'll say. They're going back and forth. Dom comes in there and he attempts to open up the cage. He's in help once again, trying to assist Becky Lynch because he has to get one back for his mommy, right? I gotta get one back for Rhea.
And for Rhea, yes, I was like, for those who understand, Dominic's
go ahead. Yes.
Is
and
Rhea.
You can finish your story. Please go ahead.
Rhea Ripley is currently injured because Liv Morgan, our current women's champion, injured her in a backstage brawl. So Dom thinks he's helping by making sure Liv does not win, and he has now made sure she's won on accident.
Twice.
Allegedly.
Twice. Now, the way that they did it, I thought was really interesting, and thank you for that segue, But the way they did it was interesting because, I mean, the whole show, the way that, I have to give props to Triple H and the team. They have been, ever since this new era, there's so many layers throughout the entire episode. it does feel like the Attitude Era, where we're seeing backstage segments, we're seeing people where the focus is in the front of the screen, but there's things in the background that are currently going on that have to do with the story.
I'm going to actually say it, dare I say it's better. It's actually better to me than the Attitude Era in terms of continuity and how things make more sense. And the fact that they're taking old and traditional concepts, but they have shined them up and thrown them into this new type of production and new ways of showing us certain things rather than telling us. Our intelligence as audience members is no longer just being taken for granted, right, and insulted. A lot of times in the past, our intelligence gets insulted by commentary telling us every single thing that we don't really need to know because we've already seen it. Or just the weird marketing buzzwords all the time. Like, it just
right.
The nobody talks like that kind of scripting, even with the talent. And I think like a lot of the story that we've been telling with Dom and Liv and Rhea is we've seen it. We weren't told it, and we're seeing it. And then the commentary is just kind of like, hey, did y'all see that? Like, it's just a little bit of that.
Right. A little sprinkle.
That's how it drives the story along. And it rewards folks for watching, and it rewards folks for watching long term as well, because now you get to say, "Oh, I caught that Easter egg, and this is the payoff." Which is dope. And we haven't even got to the payoff yet, but it's gonna be flat. Like, it's gonna be interesting when Rhea comes back. We already know Dom is gonna be a dramatic situation. At the end of the match, after we went off air. We went off air with just Liv kind of looking at Dom and doing a stare down.
Should we say like how it happened? Because like that's what I was getting at.
Braun
Strowman has been chasing around JD McDonough the entire episode. So literally you're watching this fool getting chased backstage left and right, and it's hilarious, right? He's running away from him. So all of a sudden, he's sitting here, they're trying to figure out why Dom is essentially opening the cage up for Becky. They're like, bro, what are you doing? And all of a sudden you hear roar and you turn around and here comes Braun Strowman, right? He comes running down the cage. And he
does
Strowman.
Braun was it Strowman or Breaker?
Yeah,
it was Strowman.
Yeah, it was Strowman.
Sorry, there's two Braun. There's two Brauns now, and it's throwing me off, G.
So we'll talk about Braun Breaker in a minute.
Oh, because he breaking mugs.
He breaking fools. No diddy. But but he ends up knocking Dom into the cage, and that cage door ends up hitting Becky in the face, which pretty much takes her out, which allows Liv Morgan to get out. She walks out. Dom is looking dejected. Oh my God, it backfired on me twice. And she looks at him, and all of a sudden, I'm watching USA, and I'm watching it, and all of a sudden, she's looking at him, and I say it out loud. There's nobody here. I'm watching it by myself, and I'm like, she look like she finna kiss him. That's what I say in my head, right? I'm like, not even in my head, out loud. I'm like, she finna kiss him.
Out loud.
Yeah, she finna kiss him. And then 5 minutes later, my phone's blowing up. The internet is going crazy because the WWE releases the clip, and she is out there. She locked lips with Dom, and next thing you know, all the Dolph Ziggler memes, it should have been me, have popped up. Like, I saw between that and the Dominic Mysterio is living my dream.
Oh man,
and all these things. I saw Ray must be so proud. I've seen Eddie must be looking down so proud.
His daddy's his son. Okay, look, both his daddy's son.
Conan is proud. All of them are proud right now. All right. That's why I'm proud. I had to wear the shirt today.
The No Limit Soldiers, they proud too.
Okay, that Latino heat must be scorching. Okay. If that man wasn't married in real life, I'd be like, he's having the time of his life if he wasn't actually married in real life.
He's still having the time of his life.
He's still having the time of his life, for sure. Understand that. For sure. So let me ask you this. Let's get into it, because I want to see, where do you feel that this will go? Do you feel like this is something in terms of, Liv Morgan is playing everybody, or is there something, troubling afoot? Are we going to get the disintegration of the Judgment Day? Is he going to turn on mommy? Is it done on purpose? What is happening? Let me know.
Yeah, that's a good question. There's a lot of dovetailing situations, right? You mentioned the Judgment Day. There's a lot of dovetailage situations with the Judgment Day with Damian Priest and Finn and JD and Dom with Rhea and all that jazz, and Carlito. Why I'm so mad they made my man shave his mustache off. I don't know.
I think he chose to shave that mustache. He did. It's not as a good look. I need him to grow that joint back.
Bring it right back.
It all off.
Oh no! Bring it off.
Well, no. Cut it off so it can get back together. That joint that look crazy. It all look crazy.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I think we're gonna have the obvious thing, right, is that Dominic and Liv were working together in the background.
Because people are saying that he didn't pull away.
Right. So like there's that's the obvious thing. I mean, I think it'd be more interesting if it was a little bit more complicated than that. Obviously we've seen him and Liv interact, one coming out of a dressing room, 5 seconds later the other one coming out of the same dressing room, like in the background.
And Finn coming out of the same car.
Right. So there's a lot of like, there could be a breakup of the Judgment Day where some go with Dom and Liv and some go with Damian and Rhea. I think that would be kind of interesting.
I think we're gonna get the Terror Twins together because they're
homies, Rhea and Damian. That's
Rhea and Damian, and they're both, because we're already starting to see the face turn of Damian. Of Damian.
Yeah,
Rhea, no matter what she does, is a face.
People adore
her. No matter what she does, she's a face, right? That's true. On the other hand, Dom gets booed constantly. Finn when he's
Finn can do whatever he wants.
He can do whatever he wants, and I hope they finally, because here's the thing, that's the perfect foil to Damian Priest right now. And again, he's somebody who, if we're talking about top 5 wrestlers over the last 15 years, he should be in that space. The WWE just has not given him the ball. Put me in the game, coach. Put the man in the game.
Right.
So that's what I think is going to happen. I think that they're going to turn on Priest. I think that, because remember what they said, Liv came in there and said, I'm taking everything you work for. You put me on the shelf, I put you on the shelf. I'm finna take Dom. I'm finna take Judgment Day. I'm finna be in charge.
And I took the title already.
And I already took the title. So then it makes sense that the other with Dame and Rhea, their redemption arc. It makes sense. That's what I personally feel is going to happen.
I also wouldn't mind watching that. I think it'll be interesting. Priest as a face is hard for me, especially after yesterday's promo. I love Mr. Martinez. I really do.
Yeah, he's very heely right now.
No, it's not even that.
They all are. It was weird because it was 3 heels going at it.
It's not even that. I just don't believe. Yeah, I think that's right. You're right. I think that's exactly why that dynamic with him and Drew. And Gunther. That was just a hard. Yeah. Dynamic to do. I think Punk is missing from that, and I think that's
what's going to happen, because I generally believe Punishment Martinez is going to retain. He's going to, because everybody's already booking him saying he's going to lose the belt. I think he's going to lose, and the reason I think he's going to lose, he's going to retain. The reason I think he's going to retain in
Clash of the Castle,
he's going to retain at the Clash of the Castle.
He's
going to retain because CM Punk is going to cost that man the match.
So we're just doing a blood match between him and Drew at SummerSlam.
Exactly. Straight blood feud. That's happening. Come on. I've been doing this for a while now. I'm starting to get good with this, Trey.
I'm not fighting you. You see me, I'm like, I'm not mad at it. It's just but it does just seem like an easy oop to give Drew the title in Scotland, especially because he lost it the last time against Roman as well. Like he didn't, he was against Roman the last time.
Right. But then here's the thing. Why does it make sense? Because we're already leaning into he keeps getting screwed over.
Yeah.
Why would we take the belt away from him for Mania just to give him the belt again a month and a half later?
No, I'm with you. I hear you. I hear you. It makes sense.
And again, we have all this stuff with Dude, and I think everybody's the idea of seeing Gunther versus Drew. Everybody's salivating. Oh my goodness. Let's see what's going on. Are we gonna get it? Like what's happening there? So I think people are questioning that.
Yeah, I mean, and Gunther versus Priest ain't gonna suck. So yeah, I'm with you.
That's the only reason I think. Yes, please.
Here's the thing. On top of all of this, I just love that we don't know.
We don't know.
I love that.
And I love that they've given us so many options.
There's so many options here and we wouldn't be mad at any of these outcomes. That's what I think is fly. Like we really are on some. I mean, I would like this, but this could happen, and we're really trying to figure it out. And like that's we haven't been able to do that in a long time. It's always been, and we know who's going to win.
Exactly.
We always know.
And the fact that we have so many different angles that we can choose from. It's not just one angle. The fact that we have 3 and 4 different angles that we can actually choose from is outstanding. I honestly love what they're doing with that. I love what's going to happening with the Judgment Day. So because we don't know what's going to happen. It could be it can go one of literally 4 different ways, right? Regardless, Dom got the most riz in WWE history.
Dom is having a superstar 2 years. It's absolutely crazy.
I mean, think about it. His entire I used to shit on Dom. For those who do not know,
on this
very show, I used to shit on Dom, and then he turned into my favorite wrestler.
He turned heel, which is literally Serge's cheat code. If Serge does not like you and you are a face, all you need to do is turn heel, and he will be your biggest fan immediately.
Prime example, another one, Liv Morgan. Could not stand Liv Morgan. I thought her character was so just straight booty, and now she turns heel, and I'm like, not bad. I get it. It makes sense. She starts
flirting with Dom, and he's like, I think I like her.
I think I like her. Hey, now here's the thing. Rhea, she always just used to tease my boy Dom. Liv done put lips on him. She done lips the man. Just saying. All right. We speak. Let's transition a little bit. Obviously, we have what's going on with Gunther. We see that it's either going to be Priest, it's going to be McIntyre. I'm leaning towards it's going to be Priest. Let's talk about the guy I am calling, and I got to get your POV on this. The guy that first of all, let's show some love to Ricochet. Yes. Prince Puma himself.
Pretty Ricky, what they call him.
Pretty Ricky's what they call him. And Ilya Dragunov. They go out there and they put on a banger of a match. They go out there and prove. And again, there's a certain list of individuals where they got to say like, yo, these people are like, these are some of the top performers that we actually have.
Give them 3 commercial breaks. Give them 3 commercial breaks.
You have to give them 3 commercial breaks. Oh my goodness, people!
We got 3 hours.
Dre, you're not gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe this, Dre. We got a special guest today.
Get out of here.
We do got a special guest, and this
I know you lying.
Oh, I'm not lying. I got somebody. So this gentleman comes up all the way from the infamous group chat himself. My brother, Mystic Black, Darnell Giovanni. Darnell, what up? Welcome to the show, my brother.
Sexy, go sexy, go sexy.
Oh no, you can get out of here with that nonsense. We ain't doing that.
It's get it sexy, actually. But whatever.
I don't know what these kids be saying these days. I just saw it, and I was just like, I had to say it. Shawn Michaels is a crazy man. He's a crazy
man. Hey man, first of all, I'm loving the fit. Fit check. I'm loving the fit.
It was outside, man. Outside.
Yeah, I see that.
Relaxing the mind.
Got the medium bucket hat that fits just right. The glasses popping, you know what I'm saying? Got that. No,
I was like, I'm not
no hate aside. I love
not
it.
The only four-eyed warrior today. I got all 4 of my eyes on today too. You know.
The medium bucket hat. I just got a big head, man. It's hard to find a hat that suits this head, man.
No, I love it. I love the sweater, the cardigan, everything. You look good, brother.
We here. Thank you. I appreciate it. What are we talking about? What's going on?
So, we just got done. I'm like, snap. Just to catch you up, we just got done talking about the Kiss heard around the world, So we talked about
my God.
yeah,
Oh my God.
we move on. Just quick thoughts on that, in your opinion. What do you believe in that one? You know, since
That
we
is, they went for it. They
Spice.
went for it. We we saw things happening in the background. We didn't know which way Dom was going to go. Dom telling Becky to come out. We don't know what what plans are. He seems very confused, extremely confused. But I love that they're just going for this. And when Rhea comes back, this is going to be huge. We're talking what, SummerSlam, a match versus
so
Dom on
big.
a pole, Dom on a chain, Dom on a what?
On
I
a
don't know if he's going to be
forklift,
on
in
a
a
forklift.
shark, in a shark cage. What they put in Zoe that one time? Jesus.
What is he going to be on? We don't know yet, but this is getting so
Custody of
good.
Dom.
And I was listening before to Serge what you were saying of how Dom has just become this superstar, man, literal
Oh my
superstar,
God,
without
yes,
even having to wrestle,
dude.
which is even more impressive.
Absolutely. Oh, I mean, and again, one thing we got to say about Dom also that's always interesting is that he's such a unique career. Because think about it, his entire career has been on the main stage in the limelight. Literally, his first match ever was against Brock Lesnar. Him and his dad were in there against Brock, which is insane that he
Absolutely
had
crazy.
that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So he's won belts. So he got thrust into it. So me specifically, used to be hard on him because of that. He used to be like, look, this cat, he can't wrestle. He's not good. His daddy taught him, first of all, Uncle Booker taught him everything he knew. And after Uncle Book had him, his daddy got him. And then after his daddy got him, he put him under the Finn Balor tree. And if you guys don't know who's been under the Finn Balor tree, Becky Lynch herself with her terrible outfit has been under that tree as well. So I think about the people that he has had the opportunity to learn under. Oh my God, I love everything. Salute to Dominic Mysterio. Salute to the storytelling right now because it's truly fun.
Agreed.
Yes, the storytelling they're doing a wonderful job on every show. If we're being completely honest, it's hot.
Oh my God,
it's hot in the streets right now,
like fire right now.
Did we talk about what just happened right now on NXT?
No, I haven't told him. I haven't told him.
So okay, I don't know yet. Okay, but real quick, what we are talking about, we can get to that in a second. What I do need to talk about, Pretty Ricky, Ilya Dragunov put on an absolute banger. That's what we're talking about.
Cooks.
They go out there, improved time and time again, and I always get upset about Ricky not getting the props that he deserves, but he consistently, and Dre, you've changed my mind on this one. The fact that he consistently is getting not just opportunities, he's getting hella TV time, and he consistently proves that he is. You want to see him. They're like, we're highlighting this dude's performance, and they even gave him the speed title. Granted, it's a whatever title, but again, it's still a title, and they're giving him an opportunity and showing you guys that he's one of our absolute best. But on top of that, he is getting tied into the story. He and Dragunov are getting tied to the story with who I am calling the next Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Dude, Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is going out here and just the best spear in the game. It's absolutely devastating. Dre, what are your thoughts on what we're seeing from all three of these guys?
Yeah, like you said, I've been trying to hold your patience on Ricochet because I understand. I agree. I think I want more for Ricochet as well. But I don't get worried until I stop seeing these people on television. The fact that I started seeing him on my TV again, specifically coinciding with a certain new regime, told me that, you know what, I think we're on the right track here. Ricochet is he's a legend in the game. He was already a name on the indies before he even showed up on WWE. I heard him before I saw him. You know what I mean? I heard of him before I saw him. And he has literally wrestled everybody in both companies.
Everybody.
Like in all companies that the letters for. He's wrestled all of them.
If you haven't seen
all
him
of their stars,
holy hell.
Absolutely ridiculous. And so I really love that we're starting to see, I think they're trying to truly build story for him, sympathy for him, if he's going to be a face, and then also like a reasoning if he turns heel, right? Like they're building both, and I think they're going to just kind of throw it at the wall and see what happens is what I'm noticing. But him him and Dragunov this is their second match, I believe, and both of them were ridiculous. Where they're pulling out things and moves that no one else can do. I mean, other than maybe the Lucha Bros in AEW. Like,
yeah,
they're just and they're brutal and it's believable. I loved that they added the whole Braun Breaker speared him, so his ribs were injured, and so he did so this. Yesterday's match really just, if you weren't sure, if you didn't know, if you were unfamiliar with his game,
absolutely.
Ricochet is a really, really, really exceptional wrestler. We always knew his ribs hurt, but he still he would pull out a big move and then sell the ribs. Like, he's a G at this.
He's an incredible performer. I think the only thing that really has held him back is that his people question his mic skills, and especially in the World Wrestling Entertainment, they lean heavy on the entertainment aspect of it. So if you're not, and I don't personally believe he's bad at it. I just don't think the character he's this, like, they want him. And I know we always say that I want people to be heels, but I think a little healiness might benefit him personally.
You know what it is? I think it's just fire. You need to see, like, it doesn't always have to be heel. So, for example, before the match yesterday,
give me a little fire. Yes.
You like spice? Give me some spice on that. Like,
you give me a little spice.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
About it. Yeah.
I'm the same way, and I'll like you. And if I'm on the fence with you, or if I would like to see something different from you because I'm bored from what I've already seen, you hit me with a little spice, then I'm back in. For example, right before the match last night, the promo, it was a backstage promo, but the promo
Good
anyway.
Promo. Yes.
And it was just an interaction with him and Dragunov and Pierce, right? And it was just a realness to it. That Paducah, Kentucky came out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it was just,
What you mean, Prince Puma ain't from LA?
That man's is from Kentucky. Shout out to my Kentucky folks.
Why he be shooting out? Why he an Eagles fan? I do not understand that. These people like, they know. I forget when you from states. These flyby states that y'all got no real teams. I get it.
They become fans of teams that they whatever airs in that area.
Maybe he was a Donovan McNabb fan back in the day. Who knows?
Okay. I just, whatever. I think it's the spice and what we've been able to see. I mean, even with the suits, like just even a slight little wardrobe changes and the chip on his shoulder and the fact that we're starting to see
spice, the little chip. That's exactly what it is. He needs it. Yes.
And I don't think. I mean, and I think that's exactly the road we're going, because why else put him with Dragunov? Why else have Braun Breaker break everybody in the match and we get a non-finish, right? Like, why else do all of those things? Why he was so eager to be in that match, right?
Oh yeah.
And so it was. I think that's the story we're telling, and I think that is what, when people say, "Oh, Ricochet is not good on the mic," I'm like, I think you just want more spice from him, and we're starting to see that. And so eventually, we're going to get to a point where people can't say that no more.
Mm-hmm. No,
and I think and we're all going to be very happy. We'll be sitting here on this very show talking about, and that is what we were talking about.
Rico's done put on some muscle. It looks like, because him and Dragunov were up there. Saying looking a little thick. Okay, there was up there. Saying pause or whatever you want me to say, but
respectfully to Samantha Irvin. He looked real good.
No, that's Joe Dre's words. I just think my man looks healthy. Okay, he was out there, looked like he'd been in the gym. Little Yak Diesel. I loved it. Okay,
real good.
What else happened this episode that we want to touch on? I think we talked about like most of the big things that happened on this episode.
No.
I'm sorry. Last thing before we transition, and then we got to unfortunately rifle through AEW. Got to talk about the Alpha Academy interaction. What they're doing with Alpha Academy, I'm a fan of it. It's intriguing. They're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. Same thing with Ricochet and Dragunov. They have made the mid-card must-see television. And what is happening right now with Sami Zayn and Chad Gable and with these guys, it is absolutely phenomenal. I love everything. Yeah, I had to. You got me. You got me on that one. I had to pause that one. But
just I.
It,
This has got to
it
be my
is.
cousin. Hold on. John Madden. Is this Lee? Lee, type it. If that's you, if that is my cousin Lee, type yeah, please. That has to be. Good God.
All right. So, and if you are John Madden, coming
Shout
down
out
from the heavens, I appreciate you.
Watching us from the heavens.
But that was great. I love what they're doing. Seeing it and everything. It's great. All right. I don't know if Big Facts is agreeing with me or agreeing with you.
I'm gonna go with yeah. That's it.
All right. So, let's transition to AEW. Okay.
Yes.
AEW. WCW.
Double or nothing.
AEW. Double or nothing. The pay-per-view, phenomenal. Okay.
Yes.
They go out there, they put on an absolute show. Dre, let's start with this. In your mind, what was your favorite match of the night?
This is tough to say. I mean, okay. I'm looking at the card. I'm like, that's what I'm scrolling at. My match of the night.
Yeah.
I mean, is it Will Ospreay, Roderick Strong?
I mean, he always steals the show.
I mean, is it? And I have to. First of all, Anarchy in the Arena. I can't even call that
that's not a match. It was a fantastic spectacle.
But that was the most entertaining thing we've seen this weekend. Let's just understand that that's the most entertaining thing we saw this weekend.
Somebody literally lit on fire.
Yes, and although this is it's tough. Swerve and Christian was great. Was great. That ending was great. That counter spear into the house call was phenomenal. So there's that, and then and I keep calling him Edge. Adam Copeland versus I almost called him Alistair. Malachi Black. Also really, really great. But I think just bell to bell, Ospreay and Rodney Strong. Roderick Strong. They're just, that's bell to bell wrestling, flair, give you a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Like, you know what I mean? They're just one of those people that gives you every style in one match. Those are and both of those guys are just ridiculous. Obviously, Will Ospreay is a star. Mercedes and Willow,
a lot of chemistry. Great.
Ooh, yeah, tough. Between Mercedes and Willow or Roderick and Roderick Strong and Will Ospreay, those are my two favorite matches of the night.
Oh, I think I agree with you. I Willow and Mercedes. A lot of people gave it a lot of flack, but I really
see flack. There was flack. Really?
There was some flack. There was some flack. I saw people. I think people more so were hating on the results of it. I think they were really kind of shitting on Mercedes. But I am accustomed to Black women getting shit on by the masses, especially Mercedes Moné. I think people have it's almost because of her brashness. I think people kind of have shit on her in the past. I think especially after she left the WWE in the way that she left the WWE, I think people really tried to kind of vilify her for that.
Sure.
So
I was gonna say, but we got to give both of those beautiful Black women credit.
But they put on a show. They put on a show. They told a story, and at the end of the day, one thing that they showed me is that they can both really wrestle.
Yes, I was also another little piece to it that I'm not even mad at the quote unquote hate of the result, because all you're doing is just building more sympathy for Willow. Willow is a super baby face. And if AEW was smart, which I think they are, which based off of that aftermatch shenanigans with Chris Statlander and Stokely, I think they know this too. That's why she lost. she lost the way she did, right? With the distraction from them, even though on accident, but not really. The distraction from them, and then her getting beat up afterwards. I think that explains, first of all, that lets us know Mercedes is a heel. I don't think they're going to try to force her into a babyface role. Because they shouldn't. She's a great heel, right? Willow Nightingale.
She's one of those that's a better heel. And again, who is her GOAT? Who is somebody that she leans into and she wants to be like?
And the gear let us know she had that Latino heat colors in her gear as well, which was amazing. And then Willow's just great. She's just great. You want every good thing for her, and so I'm excited to see them tell the story with her and Chris. And I'm excited to see where that goes in terms of the TBS title as well, because I don't personally think Mercedes is going to be in the TBS title picture crazy long. I think they're gonna move her through that.
Try to do with her what they do
with Gunther, and the IC shit. Yeah,
exactly. And it's like let's elevate this. Let's have a secondary title, because I'll be honest with you, even in the WWE, I'm at the point now, because of the wealth of talent that they have. Women in the WWE need a secondary title as well. I think that there's enough talent that a secondary title is absolutely needed, and the fact that they actually have a secondary title, let's just make it special. Let's make it special. And now they have somebody that can legitimately make it special. And just like they had with what's her name? Who's I'm blanking on her name. That's Bianca's tag partner now.
Jade.
The same way we did with Jade is that now, Jade is the best. You know what I'm saying? Jade is she made it. She was bigger than
she made that title.
She made that title, and it was bigger than the championship itself. Mercedes can do the exact same thing, and honestly, because of her wrestling skills and her storytelling ability, she can truly elevate that title, and again, that show in general. So, salute to her. I'm happy to see what she's going to do. I love that.
What was your favorite match of the night for AEW Double or Nothing?
You know what? I mean, I'm a huge Will Ospreay fan. Anything that he does and he goes out there, I think that match was fantastic. And then again, I think that and Willow. I think Swerve and Christian put on a show. I think that was a really, really good match. I mean, there were no bad matches. You know what I'm saying? Every match really, really cooked.
They really don't do those on pay-per-views. I mean, my only critique of the pay-per-view is that was too long. That's my only critique.
Which is that's always our critique of AEW shows. Y'all y'all need to start doing 2-day events if it's gonna be this long. Like seriously, and we wouldn't be mad at it. We would watch. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think I'm the same as you. I enjoyed those. I really the match that I didn't love. I'll be honest with you. And again, shout out to Adam Copeland, aka Edge. He got injured. He fractured his tibia. Ouch. He's out for a minute. That's going to require surgery. But to me, they cooked. They really did. It was madness. They went out there. I'm not here for the barbed wire and stuff. That's not my thing. But
that's not his jam.
It's not my jam. But I'm not mad at it. But no, salute to everybody. Everybody cooked. The storytelling was great. Now my question is, because of this elevated production value, where are they going to go next? So I am all ears AEW. I have not paid attention to y'all for a minute because I thought the storytelling was booty. You guys did what you always do. You have a great pay-per-view. I'm back. Keep me interested. Keep us interested.
I think they're making the attempt. Two things that we noticed, right? We talked about this in the infamous group chat.
Production value.
The production adjustments, not even just value, but just different types of shots that were, and what I loved is that although they changed it up, it still doesn't look cameras. It doesn't look like WWE still. It still looks like they still look like themselves. And I think that people get very nervous, especially some of the weird tribalism ones. It does a little bit, actually. But it's like Lucha Underground and WCW with the 2024 finish, right? It's all, it just looks nice. But I just love new ways to watch things you're used to watching, if that makes sense. And I think that's what we love about new production things. So that was one. And then two, I mean, MJF returned.
Oh. All right,
We've got.
I wish Darnell was here. Because he popped in and came out because he's a much bigger MJF fan than I am, and I like MJF, but he's a stan, or he was. And I'll be honest with you, Dre, real quick, because we got about 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
I thought that promo, they could have saved that for Dynamite. They could have saved that for Dynamite, because I'll be honest with you, I thought you're not giving me anything new in your character, bro. You are giving me the same old. What did my boy Roman say? What did the tribal chief say? You giving me missionary over and over and over every night. Missionary.
I forgot
position.
Roman said that.
That is what you're giving me. Okay, our tribal chief had bars. All right.
He did.
And the fact that he's given us this all the time, I know what you're doing. You are one note, my brother in Christ. I need something different. That is why when he did kind of go babyface with Adam Cole, it was so
it was
great.
Refreshing. It was refreshing.
Now him being back to just yelling, being overly tanned, and doing this thing. Look, I'm happy you're staying with AEW. You're an AEW guy. You should stay with AEW. I'm happy. They need guys like that.
Agreed.
Granted, I need nuance in your character. I need it, because here's the thing. People are going to fall off of that very soon. It's going to get a point in time. I guarantee you, people are going to get tired of that shit.
I would agree with you on that last part, but I don't know. AEW fans are different. Like them fans are different, and I don't know if they're gonna get sick of that. They got sick of Cody, for example, because they didn't think, because he was too perfect. This is all personal opinion. I think they got sick of Cody because he was too perfect and he was too Homelander, to the point where, just like in The Boys,
he was just a far better. He just wasn't an AEW guy. He was too WWE ready.
So to me, I think that they love MJF because they love getting insulted by him. I don't think they're ever going to get sick of that. So even though he's still a face right now, he's a face even after that very yelling, aggressive promo he gave us.
Yes.
That was my only beef with it, really, was the one note of the yelling. What the content of what he was saying in the promo was actually great. Personally, I thought that was, I'm saying, really listen to it. Like, it was great, especially because it tied loose ends. We've been talking about the bidding war of 2024 for 2 years, right? And he basically wrapped that up and told everybody, I'm done, and told them what you're going to get. No more kangaroo kicks. We're not being silly. We back to serious. I'm back to hate. He hit all the notes of that. So I think the content of what he said was good. I think that delivery was one note. Now, it was the note that the crowd loved at the time. We might be in the minority here because the crowd ate it all the way up. And that's what I mean. That's why I said
I think a live crowd is just happy that he was there.
Well, that's part of it.
Anything that he says is, and maybe he was just hype. But again, we talk hip hop on here. What makes Kendrick Lamar the Pulitzer winner? The nuances of it all. Mm-hmm. To be able to have different voice inflections and pull you in and tell a story. What made Roman Reigns so Jake the Snake Roberts? What's
king of that?
When Roman came back as a tribal chief, what made him so special? The fact that he was calm and he pulled you in, and then he had his moments where he would explode, but he would pull you in, and if you know how to, what that tells me is that he has yet not learned how to master the crowd. You don't know how to, he has aspects of it, but he doesn't know how to control it in a way where it's just like, yeah, you have them because of your energy and everything, but until you can slow it down and actually, you don't really know how to control the crowd.
I don't think it's control of the crowd. I think it's control of himself.
Maybe that's it too.
That's what I think it is. I mean, because that's the we've seen a couple of things he's done that was like, that wasn't a good decision,
right?
Just character wise, person wise, whatever, right? And I think it's him. I think, but we also got to remember that he is still, I'm not saying he's green. He's been wrestling for a decent amount of time, but he is still very young. And all of this to say, like, you know, he's very good. He's above average. I mean, for sure,
far above average. And again,
exactly.
We're nitpicking.
But I think because if you're going to be in this spot,
to be great, exactly.
If you're going to be in this spot, this is the things we get to nitpicky. We get to be nitpicky about this. But what I will say is that I am looking forward to the Adam Cole versus MJF match because I am an Adam Cole Bebe fan because Adam Cole can cook, and I want that. First, I want him healthy. I hope he's healthy. He's off them crutches, so that's nice. But once that man healthy, I need Shawn Michaels
and CM Punk must work out together.
I need Shawn Michaels' blood son, Adam Cole. I need that man back. Okay. And I think that and that feud does have the grace of it being a long feud, right? They both got hurt. They both got injured. We were drawing from history. And I talked earlier about, paying off the audience for watching. So now we're going to eventually get this payoff now between the two. And I think neither one of them had matches at Double or Nothing, but they kicked off the show, I think almost, or early in the show with those two in that situation to let everybody know, tune into our TV. And this kind of goes back to your point. Tune into our TV because this is also going to be a part of this moving forward as well, which is good because those of us who might not have been able to watch them as usual and weren't really interested in watching it as much, just kind of keeping up just to see what's happening. We know that we're always going to tune in on the pay-per-views because they're always great. Now you're giving us a reason or an additional reason to watch the show. I think that's one of the AEW's or Double or Nothing's biggest successes this weekend was that each of the matches gave us something else, gave us a reason to tune into the TV this week. I think that's, Brian Keith, for example, being involved in that one match is nuts. So, those are just things that were good, that were good.
All right. No, I hear you. I'm here with it, but it has been a fantastic weekend of professional wrestling. So much to talk about. And I know I don't feel like we're doing it justice, but we have to get out of here. We've given you already almost 2 full hours in 1 week. So go back, watch them all, like, share, and subscribe. Anything you want to say before we get up out of here, Dre?
Get it sexy? No, just playing. Y'all, Sexy Red on NXT is just we're living on the upside down.
Happened real quick in NXT? Just like you, 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Sexy Red came out with The Rock's oldest daughter. With The Rock's oldest daughter, she I think was announcing like the women's North American title, the women's North American title situation. And at the same time, she also announced that she's hosting NXT Battleground. She's gonna be the celebrity host.
Oh, that's all. That's all it was. Okay, I'm gonna go with that.
It was fine. Also,
yes.
Jordynne Grace showed up on NXT today. She is the reigning Ring of Honor champion, women's champion.
Whoa!
And she is good Lord.
We are so close to Forbidden Door. Oh my!
Her and Roxanne Perez are gonna fight for the title at Battleground for the women's title, the NXT women's title at Battleground. She is literally so. Do you remember how a couple months ago, whatever, I said that eventually we're going to get a Forbidden Door with all the big companies, all of them.
I know, but we got to go. Like I said, that's it. I know we are. I know it is, but here's the thing: it's a couple
years from now.
And she
it'll be a couple years.
Now, I'll say this: we're going to leave you today talking about one terrible rapper and go to a pretty good rapper, one of the best A&Rs in the game. We're going to go out there, get it sexy to somebody who has one of the most sexy shoe collections in the game, bidding us farewell like we do each and every week. Let you talk to Joey Crack.
Yesterday's price is not today's price. Yesterday's price is not today's price.